Well, good morning, everybody. We're going to go ahead and call this meeting to order. Clerk, would you please call the roll? Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Commissioner Aguirre?
Here.
Commissioner Anderson?
Here.
Commissioner Becker?
Present.
Commissioner Browning? Here. Commissioner McKenzie? Here. Commissioner Whitburn?
Here.
Commissioner White?
Present.
Commissioner Willis? Here. Alternate Commissioner Montgomery Stepp is absent. Alternate Commissioner McCann?
Present.
Alternate Commissioner Delaney?
Here.
Alternate Commissioner Drake?
Here.
Alternate Commissioner Von Wilpert is absent. So there is a quorum with 8 voting members present, and the meeting was called to order at 8:17.
Thank you, Clerk. Vice Chair Willis, will you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Vice Chair Willis. We have no commissioners participating remotely this morning. Everybody's here, so let's begin with a review of today's agenda. Mr. Simons, anything you'd like to touch on this morning?
Thank you, Chair. So no changes to the amended agenda, an amended agenda that went out first thing Thursday morning that just added another item to your closed session. Other than that, everything holds. That means for the most part, you are consent heavy, although staff is certainly ready and able to speak on any of those items. And then we have a few items in open session. And then I do just want to note, for those who may be curious, we've brought in a friend, Ariana Dresler, today, who's helping us with our website update. So you may see yourself at the end of a camera lens as she helps us spruce up our website. So other than that, we are good to go.
Thank you, Mr. Simons. Let's go ahead and take non-agenda public comment. This provides an opportunity for anybody who'd like to comment on something that is not on today's agenda, but is within the purview of San Diego LAFCO. Clerk, do you have any public comment?
No public comment.
All right, let's take up the consent items. Those are items 5A through 5I. Do we have any public comment on the consent items?
I do have a hand raised online for Teddy Jackson. Teddy, are you there?
I am. Can you hear me? Hello?
Just 1 second.
Mr. Jackson, we're adjusting the audio on our end.
My camera's not showing either, but perhaps there's no camera. Can you hear me?
Mr. Jackson, please go ahead.
Oh, can you hear me?
I'm sorry, Ms. Jackson, yes.
Okay, thank you. My name is Teddy Jackson. I live on Birch Avenue in unincorporated Escondido, and I'm speaking on behalf of Protect Rural Escondido, a citizens initiative to raise public awareness in our community. I want to share a brief update about our community engagement this last month at the Escondido Street Fair, a yearly event visited by thousands. Our booth was vibrant, welcoming, and hard to miss, decorated with local touches that reflected the heart of Escondido's rural character. Throughout the day, dozens of residents, families, and visitors stopped by to talk with our team. Many shared heartfelt stories about why they love Escondido, its open spaces, rolling hills, vistas, horse properties, and the small town sense of community that makes this area so special. We had over 50 people sign our petition, expressing growing concern about the onrush of high-density housing proposals without consideration to the character of our rural neighborhoods. Residents told us they're not opposed to growth, but they want it to be balanced, thoughtful, and supported by infrastructure that creates true neighborhoods, not just clusters of buildings. The conversation reflected a common theme. People value Escondido's rural identity, but they see it slipping away. They worry about projects being approved without adequate roads, parks, or walkability to sustain a real sense of place. Our booth was more than a display. It was a living dialogue about how to protect what's left of Escondido's rural charm and history while planning responsibly for its future. On behalf of Protect Rural Escondido, I want to thank the Commission for your ongoing attention to community voices and for considering how your decisions may preserve the character and livability of places like ours. Thank you.
Thank you. And to clarify, that was for item 4. Yes. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Clerk. Thank you, Ms. Jackson, for your comment. Is there a motion to approve the consent items? Yes, Vice Chair Willis. You got your mic on?
Did you mention the legislative report? We're going to receive a report. Is our staff prepared for that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'd like to have that pulled for hear the legislative report.
Okay. Anybody else want to pull anything off the consent agenda? Seeing nobody else wanting to pull an item, is there a motion to approve the balance of the consent agenda? Okay, we've got a motion from Commissioner Aguirre, I think a second from Vice Chair Willis. Any further discussion on the balance of the consent agenda? Commissioner Browning.
Thanks. I was just wondering on the taking the credit card, are you going to add the fee or are we going to absorb the fee?
I will ask Priscilla.
So for the credit card payments, when applicants opt to do the credit card payments through QuickBooks, QuickBooks will apply a processing fee to that credit, but it will be transferred over to the applicant to pay, not through LAFCO.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner Browning. That applies to item 5I. Any further discussion on the consent agenda? Seeing none, we have a motion from Commissioner Aguirre, a second from Vice Chair Willis. Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Whitburn,
Yes.
Commissioner Willis,
Aye.
Commissioner McKenzie, Commissioner White,
Yes.
Commissioner Becker,
Yes.
Commissioner Anderson,
Aye.
Commissioner Aguirre,
Yes.
Commissioner Browning. So they're 8 in favor, 0 opposed. The motion passes.
Thank you, Clerk. Let's go to item 5F, which is the item that Vice Chair Willis pulled. It's a legislative report. It's an informational item. We won't need a vote on it, but Vice Chair Willis wanted to get the staff report on that.
And I'm going to ask Megan Trainer to provide a brief overview of the report. And Commissioner Willis, if you had a particular question, maybe we could ask Megan to jump right to that.
So the legislative report provides an update on all bills of interest to the San Diego LAFCO Commission that were introduced in the 2025 legislative session. And so essentially 2 bills of particular interest to San Diego LAFCO, which are AB 259 on emergency teleconferencing and AB 356 on healthcare access in San Diego County, remain 2-year bills and will continue to be monitored. There's a handful of bills that failed to pass out of their first house. So if they are not taken action upon by January 31st, 2025 or 2026, they will no longer be active. And then we also listed a series of bills that were signed into law, and we provided an analysis on any actions that we need to take in order to be in compliance with these bills. Did you have any particular question?
No, I see the pages. I'll go ahead and study it some more.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Vice Chair Willis. Thank you, Ms. Trainer. That was an informational item. Any further discussion on that particular informational item before we move on to the balance of the agenda? Seeing none. Again, the consent agenda stands approved. That takes us to our public hearing item. Item 6A is the proposed AJX Homes Carmichael Drive reorganization. This is a public hearing item. Do we have any commissioner disclosures of ex parte communications? Seeing no commissioner disclosures of ex parte communications, we'll invite staff to present the item.
Okay, good morning, Chair Whitburn and Commissioners. Michaela Peters, Analyst 2 for the record. So the item before you is a landowner initiated reorganization proposal submitted by AJX Homes LLC with the principal purpose of annexing approximately 0.27 acres of unincorporated territory into the city of La Mesa, and in doing so, establishing public wastewater service. So the affected territory consists of one legal parcel currently developed with an unoccupied single-family residence located in the unincorporated community of Valle de Oro. The parcel lies immediately adjacent to the city of La Mesa's boundary, making it a logical and efficient extension of city services. Concurrent with the annexation, the proposal includes detachments from the San Miguel Consolidated Fire Protection District and County Service Area number 135, along with conforming sphere of influence amendments to the city and San Miguel Fire Protection District. So as mentioned, the purpose of the proposed reorganization is to establish public wastewater to the affected territory through annexation to the city of La Mesa. The proposal is prompted by the failing on-site septic system. So rather than replace the failing system, the applicant seeks to connect to La Mesa's public wastewater infrastructure as a permanent solution, and no new development is proposed as part of this request. So the proposal's timing coincides with the city of La Mesa's conditional approval granted in June 2025 for the annexation request, the general plan amendment, and pre-zoning designation. In addition, an easement agreement allowing connection to the southwestern adjoining parcel was approved and executed in August 2024. So before I walk through staff's recommendations, I want to just I want to make the commission aware that in reviewing the city of La Mesa's fiscal condition, it is noted that the city concluded fiscal year 2022 to 23 with relatively low capital levels and with total liabilities exceeding total assets. This resulted in a debt ratio of approximately 193.6%, meaning that about $193.61 out of every 100 in net assets are financed. So while this indicates that La Mesa is somewhat financially constrained, the proposed annexation is expected to have minimal fiscal impacts for the city, given the impacts are primarily limited to the addition of a new sewer system, customer, and a modest increase in property tax revenue. So this is also worth noting, since LAFCO will be conducting a comprehensive review of La Mesa's financial condition as part of the upcoming municipal service review, which will provide a more current and detailed assessment of the city's long-term fiscal health. So with this context in mind, staff recommends conditional approval of the proposed reorganization, including conforming sphere of influence amendments to the city of La Mesa and San Miguel Consolidated Fire Protection District. Staff further recommends waiver of protest proceedings, that the commission proceed without a new municipal service review consistent with policy L106, and that the reorganization and related sphere amendments be found exempt from CEQA under sections 15319A and 15061B3 of state guidelines. So this concludes my presentation, and I'd be happy to answer any questions from the commission.
Thank you for the presentation. If you're online and would like to make a comment, please raise your hand at this time. We have two slips not wishing to speak, but individuals here in the room who wanted to register their support. I don't see anybody with their hand raised wishing to comment virtually, so we will close the public hearing at this time and we will begin our commissioner comment. Is there any discussion on this item? If there is no discussion, we will entertain a motion to approve the staff recommendation. We've got a motion from Commissioner White to approve the staff recommendation, a second by Commissioner Anderson. Seeing no further discussion, clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Whitburn,
Yes.
Commissioner Willis,
Aye.
Commissioner McKenzie, Commissioner White,
Yes.
Commissioner Becker,
Yes.
Commissioner Anderson, Commissioner Aguirre,
Yes.
Commissioner Browning. They're 8 in favor, 0 opposed. The motion passes.
Thank you, clerk. Turning to our business calendar, item 7 is the proposed Bowles North Broadway out of agency wastewater services. And once again, we'll turn it over to staff to present the item.
Good morning, Chair Whitburn and Commissioners. Analyst 1, Megan Trainer for the record today on behalf of staff. And the item before you involves a request received from the City of Escondido on behalf of an interested landowner seeking to annex a 1.2 acre parcel currently developed with a single family residence to the City of Escondido to receive wastewater services. The property is within the City of Escondido's sphere of influence and is located 0.2 miles from the city's incorporated boundary, with several other unincorporated properties in between. And the service request is intended to support the demolition and subsequent reconstruction of the existing single-family residence, in addition to the construction of an accessory dwelling unit consistent with county zoning regulations. And this item requires commission approval under Government Code Section 56133 and triggers two primary determinations. One is the timing of the requested out-of-agency service extension, and two is whether any discretionary terms are appropriate. And as you know, under statute and local policy, cities cannot extend services to parcels beyond their boundaries without LAFCO approval. And these extensions are generally considered in anticipation of future annexation when annexation is orderly and feasible. With this in mind, there are three policy questions to guide your review. Is out-of-agency service preferable to annexation? Is adequate capacity and infrastructure available? And are there any discretionary terms or conditions appropriate? Your staff believes that we can address all three considerations. Specifically, while annexations are the preferred method under LAFCO law, local conditions would justify an out-of-agency service agreement. Specifically, the affected territory is non-contiguous to the city of Escondido, and at least 6 unincorporated parcels are in between this parcel and the city of Escondido's boundary. So this would require a cherry stem annexation, which is prohibited under LAFCO statute. And in addressing Escondido's capacity to serve the parcel, wastewater service is readily available. The projected demand of 500 gallons per day is available and represents just 0.01% of Escondido's existing capacity. And lastly, in addressing any terms and conditions, staff recommends applying standard approval terms only. Although it's common practice to require future annexation filing, this is not appropriate due to the proximity of the parcel to the city of Escondido. With this analysis in mind, staff recommends that you approve the requested out-of-agency wastewater service authorization, allowing the city of Escondido to serve this parcel. In addition to authorizing the executive officer to file a notice of exemption under CEQA guidelines 15319B, since this project accommodates no more than 2 dwelling units, qualifying for an exemption. This concludes my presentation. I'm open for any questions that you might have. Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation. We'll turn to public comment. If you are participating online and would like to comment on this item, please raise your hand at this time. We have received no request to comment here in the room. I see no request to comment online. So we will move to commissioner discussion on this item. If there is any, we'll also entertain a motion. If there is one, we have a motion from Commissioner McKenzie. I will go ahead and see Commissioner White for the second. Is there any further discussion on the item? Seeing none, clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Whitburn?
Yes.
Commissioner Willis?
Aye.
Commissioner McKenzie? Commissioner White?
Yes.
Commissioner Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Anderson?
Aye.
Commissioner Gary?
Yes.
Commissioner Browning? There are 8 in favor, 0 opposed. The motion passes.
Thank you, clerk. Item 7B is the proposed Rancho Hills change of organization, and we're going to ask staff to present this item.
Thank you, Analyst 1 Megan Trainer, again for the record on behalf of staff. And the item before you is the proposed Rancho Hills change of organization. This proposal was submitted by landowner petition and requests commission approval to annex 44 unincorporated parcels totaling 107 acres within the unincorporated community of Santa Fe Valley to the Rancho Santa Fe Community Services District to receive wastewater services. And the timing of this request ties to the landowner's plans to develop a 37-unit rental subdivision referred to as the Pinnacle at Santa Fe Valley. And the proposed development was made possible by a 2006 amendment to the Santa Fe Valley specific plan. As shown on the screen, the subject parcel is immediately adjacent to Rancho Santa Fe's jurisdictional boundary and is within its sphere of influence. LAFCO staff has independently confirmed that Rancho Santa Fe CSD can serve the proposed subdivision without expanding public infrastructure, as there is an existing sewer easement located along Tea Tree Lane adjacent to the parcel. And this proposal may catch your attention as it has been on our current proposals list since 2016. And staff determined that this merited your attention with a presentation because there were some changes from the original application. In 2016, the applicant was seeking to annex 6 of these 37 lots to be developed to Livenhain Municipal Water District for wastewater services because there was a sewer line located nearby. But upon discovering hard and shallow rock within Haynes sewer easement and main line, the project seismologist determined that it would require blasting rock, risking damage to local homes. So the applicant then pivoted and decided to annex all 37 lots to the Rancho Santa Fe CSD, which brings us to our proposal as submitted today. The project site is currently undergoing grading and construction is pending building permits upon approval of this proposal by the LAFCO Commission. This brings us to our set of recommendations for the proposal, which are summarized on the screen in 3 headline groupings. First is a recommendation to conditionally approve the proposal as submitted. This includes a special condition requiring that the landowner has secured an easement to allow physical access to the parcels along the public right-of-way on Tea Tree Lane. Second is to waive protest proceedings under Government Code Section 56662. And third is to adopt parallel SECO findings to the County of San Diego for this project. As lead agency, the County of San Diego certified an environmental impact report and adopted a notice of determination on November 1st, 2006. And in doing so, made findings that this project will not have a significant effect on the environment with approved mitigation measures. Staff have independently concluded that the county has prepared sufficient documentation as lead agency in assessing and mitigating impacts. This concludes my presentation. I'll now turn it back to the commission. Thank you.
Thank you again, Ms. Trainer. We'll open it up to public comment. If you're participating online and would like to make a comment, please raise your hand at this time. We received no public comment speaker slips here in the room. I see nobody raising their hand to comment virtually. So we'll close public comment. We'll open it up to any commission discussion. We'll entertain a motion on this. Let's begin our conversation with Commissioner Drake.
Thank you, Chair. Megan, just one quick question. On page 159, there's a really interesting chart that's done by the Census Department. And I see the weighting functions for all these parameters, which always gets me excited. How did you use those weights?
Seeing, can I see which page?
Looks like this.
Oh, yeah. So that's our, yeah, so Commissioner Drake is referring to our environmental impact analysis, and we use the Cal Enviro screening. And DO has essentially allowed us to input census tracts, and it shows us what are the environmental health risks of the census tracts that are impacting people living within these areas.
I guess my question is, are we happy or sad? Does it come out with a number that says good, better, and different, or what happens to these numbers? Yeah,
absolutely. So we do note whenever there is a significant impact. So if it's, above 50%, we do note when there is particularly significant impacts in that area.
Put it in bold, I see. I didn't know if you actually evaluated it in some more holistic way to look at all the numbers at once.
Yeah, in terms of comparing regionally, it would just say, I think that it's typically compared within the state guidelines on terms of the percentages of impacts.
Thank you.
If I may just add, Chair, to Commissioner Drake's comment. So Megan's report does note, as you just probably looked at in that chart, based on the census tract, this particular area has a 99th percentile ranking, which in this case is bad for impaired water bodies. So part of the rationale is, well, getting these people on a wastewater system at least moves in a better direction, given the baseline conditions are arguably the worst in the state right now.
Thank you. That helps.
All right. Thank you. Let's go to Commissioner McKenzie. Commissioner McKenzie, do you have your mic on?
We were sharing. The question is, how large is that census tract and what area does it actually take in? Because this area is pretty well unoccupied. And it doesn't look, from the small little map that we got, it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of, major development infill around it. So, I find the 99% a little off for this particular area.
Yeah. And I'll jump in, and Megan, correct me if I'm wrong, but it does. So its census tract is about 2,500, give or take. And I believe this track picks up nearby Forest Ranch. So actually, Forest Ranch is the county master plan development that is just south of the affected territory. Del Norte High School's in it. The Target, for those who are familiar with their shopping in that part of the world. So it's actually a relatively small census tract. But historically, the Forest family did a lot of cattle grazing and whatnot. And so cattle leave tracks, and those tracks end up getting into the groundwater system, and there's your impaired water body, plus fertilizer, of course.
In the chart, the estimated population is 25,348 individuals within that census tract.
All right, is there any more discussion on the item? Vice Chair Willis. Okay, we have a motion to approve the staff recommendation by Vice Chair Willis. We have a second from Commissioner Anderson. Seeing no further discussion, clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Whitburn,
Yes.
Commissioner Willis,
Aye.
Commissioner McKenzie, Commissioner White,
Yes.
Commissioner Becker,
Yes.
Commissioner Anderson, Commissioner Aguirre,
Yes.
Commissioner Browning. There are 8 in favor, 0 opposed. The motion passes.
Thank you, clerk. Let's move to item 8. That's the executive officer report. We'll turn to Mr. Simons.
Thank you, Chair. Very quickly, I'm going to defer staff's recent involvement working with our Alliance of Local Agency Formation Commissions to Commissioner Becker for her commissioner report. But I did want to note Aiden and company are querying the commission right now, or will be, on availability for a LAFCO themed holiday party. You'll look forward to that, Chair Whitburn. So please pay attention to that. But other than that, good to go on my end.
Very good. Thank you, Mr. Simons. Are there any commissioner announcements or requests for further items? Commissioner Becker.
I think that was an introduction for me to talk about the Alliance. There have been 3 meetings, and I'm pleased to see that they are very engaged members along with their staff. We've picked our branding or logo. Were you going to put the logo up there? There it is.
There it is.
There's our logo and our mission statement. So very concise mission statement that started out very large, and we condensed it down. So, and I just also want to say that our very own Keen Simons was the chair of the last meeting, and it was clear that he is well received by all of the members. So that's good to know. It feels like a group that's gonna get things done quickly, and everybody likes each other. So I feel that we're gonna get a lot done. Thanks.
Thank you, Commissioner Becker. Well done. And even more people to invite to our LAFCO themed party. All right. That's right. Everybody knows what a LAFCO themed party is. All right. Any other commissioner announcements? Commissioner McKenzie.
I was just curious, did anyone go to the Cal LAFCO conference?
None from LAFCO staff.
Okay. Okay. And I was zoomed in on the meeting that the special districts had, and comment from Tom Kennedy. He gave his presentation before it gets implemented with LAFCO. Will the commission also get that information?
Thank you, Commissioner McKenzie. So the topic is, I have asked our consultant, Tom Kennedy, to work with the Special Districts Advisory Committee on coming up with a rate formula benchmark to make sense of rates when we bring them to you, whether water or wastewater, as to the golden question of significance, and having some kind of technical look that helps the commission, and by extension staff, say when a rate impact is significant. If that is the interest of the commission, it is a technical endeavor, and it's intended to be part of the staff reports going forward. But if there's interest, we can certainly bring it to the commission before we implement it. It was not my intention, but if there is an interest, we can do so.
I think that those in the water industry would be interested in how they're going to be graded.
Yeah, and that's why we're using
before they get the grade.
Well, to that point, that's why we're going through the Special Districts Advisory Committee. And Priscilla, perhaps you can help. Who is helping Tom with that? I think there's a couple general managers.
Yes, thank you. It's Paul Bushy from Lucadia Wastewater District, Kim Thorner from Levenheim Municipal Water District, and if I'm not mistaken, and I will follow up with you, I believe it's Albert Lau from Santa Fe Irrigation District.
So those are the experts helping Tom, who is his own expert, of course, as he would like to say, providing us that data, right? So we've got four general managers helping us on this, but perhaps what we can do as part of an agenda item is at least give a update for informational purposes, and then you can tell us, Commission, if you'd like something more formal.
I think what I would like to know, if you get into the weeds and the matrix that he proposed, and you're not expending 15% or more of your budget on capital improvements, is that going to impact LAFCO's decision or marketing as to good, bad, or indifferent?
I believe it would, right? I think that if we receive through this technical review and through all of the feedback that we're given from the general managers, that the metrics and the formulas that we're using and evaluating agency has hit the mark, then we would proceed forward in, evaluating agency using these metrics and then providing a recommendation or conclusion as to how an agency is performing, but using that formula and that metric as a basis.
Okay, so if they're doing less than 15%, you're going to let them, let the district know about that. Are you then going to be, is LAFCO then going to be recommending that you need to do this, and that to get up to the 15%? Or just, it's going to be an overall sentence that says you need to do more capital improvements?
I'll jump in. So the purpose is for us to have a benchmark to tell you when a proposed boundary change is going to have an adverse impact. So under this scenario, yes, if this metric that Tom and company is developing for us produces an outcome that says agency X's boundary proposal is going to create this effect on the existing ratepayers, I would assume that would influence our recommendation to the commission to say either you deny it or you create a condition to mitigate. So that's where all this is going, to provide some quantification to what right now has been a qualified, it looks manageable or it doesn't look manageable. And that was, if you recall, Commissioner McKenzie, one of your inputs back to us during the detachments of the Rainbow Fallbrook, which is to spend some time quantifying our comments. So we heard you then, and so we'll certainly hear you now and bring this back for information.
Thank you, Commissioner McKenzie. All right, we'll look forward to an informational item on that. Any additional commissioner announcements or requests for future items? Seeing none, we have 3 closed session items this morning: a conference with legal counsel on existing litigation involving the city of San Diego versus San Diego LAFCO, a public employee performance evaluation of Keen Simons, and a conference with labor negotiators regarding the executive officer. If you have any public comment on the closed session items and you're online, please raise your hand at this time. We've received no requests for comment on the closed session items here in the room. I see no hands raised to comment virtually. And with that, and with no further business aside from closed session, we will adjourn into closed session. Thank you. Good morning again. We have concluded our closed session. We are now back in open session and we will turn to our council to see if there's anything to report out of closed session.
Chair, the commission met in closed session to discuss 3 items: conference with legal counsel regarding existing litigation, public employee performance evaluation for employee Keen Simons, and conference with labor negotiator for the executive officer position. On all 3 items, no reportable action was taken.
Thank you very much. The business of LAFCO San Diego for this month has concluded, and this meeting